Hello there. I am here and ready to see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Nope,
What?
we don't have it showing right now. Not until February.
Okay. Please tell me it is available. Please, God.
Yeah, it's on.
What the hell was that delay all about anyways? Oh, wait, it was Avatar. Oh well, time to see the movie.
Wait, you didn't pay for a ticket?
Hey guys, Andrew Good Guy here, and I just want to say something. That wait was painful. It was a good example on why movies need to be released almost at the same time. This movie exploded on the internet, and I was like, I have to wait for this? Shit. Eventually it came out, and I finally got to see it. Now, before I actually say how it was, I need to address some of my thoughts on the original. It was fine. Nothing amazing, just an okay movie, and Humpty was very annoying when he was being funny. Like, legit, I just don't like him.
I know I'm Fiona. Bitch!
Anyways, this movie was just amazing. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I had mid-hopes for this, and bad guys would take the delicious slice of DreamWorks movie of the 2020s cake. But nope, Kitty Softpaws took it away just as quickly. However, Mr. Snake is too base to be denied as a great character, so he is fine. Anyways, this movie actually shocked me. I cannot believe it, man. I didn't even think it would be this good. I have to say that the morals and the story were really well done, and it makes the movie feel like a standalone movie from the Shrek series. So for those wondering what the plot is, the movie is about Puss finding out that he has ran his life count from 9 to 1, and now he has to go on an epic quest to find the last wish, which is a wishing star that crash landed into Earth hundreds of or thousands of years ago in the Shrek universe. I'm not really sure, they didn't really confirm that. So the story sounds very basic at first, which is what I like if it's done right. I'll give an example of a basic premise that ended up being great. Little Nightmares. The story itself sounds normal at first, but Tarsier Studios took the word basic and crushed it and made it into something amazing. This is what happened here. So before I go on, I would like to give a spoiler warning for you all so you don't get spoiled. Like I have with Twitter.com, it was very annoying. And then of course I had to So watch the movie, give it money so we can get a new Shrek movie, and support DreamWorks before continuing on the review. So anyways, this movie has a very serious discussion on the topic of mortality and appreciating the value of a life. Obviously, as we've seen Puss in Boots in all the movies, he has been very reckless and he doesn't give two shits about life. He was just like, haha, I have 9 lives. I have nothing to worry about and stuff. However, now he does. He has cheated death lots of times, and he is just arrogant with his life and mainly cared about being the legend everyone says he is. However, I love that he dies in the end. Not like actually dying, but I mean him being focused on his arrogant self and not caring about danger and the people who are closest to him. Especially when he has to be afraid of something throughout the movie. And this fear is probably my favorite animated villain in years, death. And he doesn't mean it metaphorically or rhetorically or poetically or theoretically or in any other fancy way. He is death, straight up. Holy shit, is Death a great character. I hear many people say he's a villain, but I don't really think so, because he is a normal part of life. It makes sense for Puss being afraid of possibly making a slip-up, and like all legends, pretty soon nobody will believe he even existed. And that is something Puss doesn't want. However, Death is a great character because he has all the rights to be angry at Puss. He cheated him 8 times, and he just wants to claim his last life to get it all over with. His scenes were also brilliantly directed, and man, you gotta love his whistle. It is very scary to some, and when I went to see this with my man Blue Guy for his birthday, and we also saw The Whale that day, and it was fine. It was about a fat man. It was funny. Well, not really, because it was very emotional, and it dealt with a lot of issues. Anyways, that aside, I heard some kids getting a bit frightened when hearing the whistle, and I also heard one cry, and it was pretty epic. No, not for the reason you think. The reason why it is based because death really brought Puss's fear into the audience, and it was great, especially the children. Then we have the other side elements like Kitty Softpaw's trust after what Puss did to her in Santa Coloma.
Really? Santa Coloma?
Si, Santa Coloma!
It is really interesting to see her
Trust.
really show her trust back to Puss, and it was great to see her character development while on their journey to the Wishing Star. However, they were not alone, since there was another character that was extremely epic, which we will get to later. However, if I had to say one issue with this plot development thing, is that for people who saw the first movie, it confuses people as to why she's angry at first, until it gets revealed. And it felt kinda mixed to me, like, what? That was me in my head, literally. Then we get this really sweet arc with Goldilocks and the Three Bears crime family, and showing how close they are to each other. And this was really sweet to see, and I kinda wish we had more of them, especially Baby Bear, when he said the best line of all time, "I'm gonna bust your plum thumb, and then I'm gonna wear your clothes."
That was weird.
Not gonna lie, this line was pretty funny. Imagine Sonic saying that to Eggman and he goes, "That was weird." That would be funny.
No.
Anyways, aside of that, I really like Goldie was adopted into their family from the story of Goldilocks, because when I read it as a kid, they got very pissed off that she literally broke into their house, ate all their porridge, and then of course ruined the chairs and the beds, and then all of a sudden, she's just there and they're very annoyed at her. And then Baby should have said to Goldie, "I'm gonna bust you up, Goldilocks, and then I'm gonna wear your clothes." I have to admit, I hated that the plot got wrapped up near the climax, and during it, it was kinda rushed in my opinion, but the intentions are still there, and it was very nice to see. Then we have Jack Horner, who is pretty funny, but probably a character I would love to say Spider-Ham to, because the guy who plays him plays Spider-Ham, and that is really cool. I cannot believe Spider-Ham is in this movie for real. He has the best line of all time, Spider-Ham. "You got a problem with cartoon?" Because it shows my passion for animation, and this line says it all. However, Jack Horner was more of the comic relief than a villain, because the movie really made him to be a villain. But I just didn't see it other than he just wants to be evil. And that is actually kind of funny to say the least anyways. At least the Bug was funny with him. I also thought his best moments when he didn't help any of his baker men and women because he didn't care about them, and he doesn't appreciate the value of a life. Anyways, he was the funny man of the movie and I liked it. So now that I talked about all the characters except one, I will talk about the other great things about this movie. I really like the visuals because holy shit, they are amazing. I remember seeing The Chad Guys back in April, and while that movie was a great movie, I just think Puss in Boots did a better job at making the movie stunning as how the bad guys did it. However, this movie doesn't have Mr. Snake, and The Chad Guys is better, so wait a minute. Hold on a second. There's Mr. Snake in The Chad Guys, and there's Mr. Snake in the opening logo of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Last Wish is better. They both equally have a very based character in both their movies. Mr. Snake is a really well-written character. I cannot believe it. Oh my god. The animation in this movie is so vibrant. Colorful, exciting, insane, and beautiful is how I describe it. They really did take inspiration from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, so more than the bad guys did. And I am happy they did. The fight scenes are nothing short of masterpieces, especially the death fights. They are both intense and beautiful to watch. If I had to say any issue with the animation, is that there are no issues. Haha, trolled y'all. Bah! Also, the score was pretty keynote in this movie also. I love a lot of the tracks, as well as Fearless Hero, which kinda slaps, not gonna lie. Hell, as I am writing the script, I am listening to it. It's a bop. Anyways, I think the best track is Let's Get Him, because the track is just insane. It fits well with the scene when Puss, Kitty, Goldie, and the three bears, Jack and his men, all fight each other for the map, which for an all insane and chaotic fight, and it works pretty well in my opinion, and it bops hard. Anyways, I have discussed a lot of the epic things about this movie, and now it is time to discuss the new Shrek Lord and Savior, Perito. Oh my god, he is so epic. Originally, from seeing the trailer, my expectations of him were going to be like, oh, he's going to be extremely annoying. Maybe like the new Crash and Eddie of the Shrek series. But no. He was just insanely epic by being a happy guy. He could have been a villain from his backstory, for God's sake. He was put in a sock with the rock in it, and then he was thrown into a river.
Wrong!
That was insane. But he had a very positive attitude and kept his happy vibes on, and he did so much to Puss and Kitty, like making Puss relax during a panic attack, and that scene alone was probably Perito's strongest scene, with all the memes aside. The realistic behaviors of a therapy dog were perfectly shown in this scene, and it's done fantastically. Also, I really liked that Perito really got Kitty soft paws to really open up to Puss with trust. Anyways, back to memes. There was a scene when Puss and Kitty jumped out the window and landed into a wagon, and Perito says, "I found a sandwich in here." Perito, you silly head. There is no time for sandwiches when you have guards coming after you. He also has an epic voice. Thank you, Harvey Gilliam, for your amazing role as this epic doggo. I would walk the earth to get more Perito content in my life, including the Perito meets Mr. Snake crossover. Please, Universal, please bring back Perito and give him an epic show and release those plushies already, since I desperately need a Perito in my house to watch me while I sleep. We also need the Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, the Perito cut, so we can see nothing but Perito. I have a mission for us all. We're going back in time to December 21st, 2020 to make Universal make a Perito movie. That's right. We're going back in time to December 21st, 2020 to make Universal make a Perito movie. It would change my life and maybe yours too. So the date was just random. I just had to say something about it anyways. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish overall is a masterpiece. And it was extremely, and I mean very close, to beating Shrek 2 as the greatest DreamWorks sequel of all time. Everything about this movie is great, and it needs money immediately. We need a Shrek 5 so we can have an epic side plot of Perito, Gingy, Doris, and Pinocchio going on an epic adventure to save Shrek from an evil bad guy who is probably Crash and Eddie, and save the day. But anyways, this movie gets a 10 out of 10. That's it for the review. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you all guys next time. Stay good, guys. Okay, now what movie do I need to review next?
I was just buying some time to tell you, it's burritoing time.
Perritoing time.